Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creatively on, I don't know when it is, Sunday, Easter Sunday, I don't know what the date is, with FLOSSTUBE number 69, and yeah, sorry I missed last week. We were just so busy. I was out visiting with my dad and we were out visiting people and just, I couldn't get it together. So yeah, sorry about that. And then I thought about doing one on Monday and I've just been really busy. So yeah, it's very exciting. I'm in my bedroom today. So it's only 8:30, but daylight saving ended last night. So, you know, the clocks have gone back. But that just means it feels later than it is, and Dad's gone to bed. Dad's still with me here in Wellington, goes back on Wednesday, so I thought I'll just quickly do this little video from here. Yeah, and a little bit of what's going on. So yeah, I went up Tuesday a week ago, last Tuesday, I don't know when it was, Wednesday a week ago I went up to Kawerau to stay with Dad, but that Tuesday night he'd actually gone back into hospital. Not his heart this time, but he'd not been feeling very well for a few weeks, and the doctor did some full bloods and then rang him at 7 p.m. on Tuesday to say that the lab had just rung because they'd processed his results and he had extremely high blood sugar, so urgently needed to get to hospital to get that sorted. Basically, looks like his pancreas has just stopped working and he's now type 2 diabetic, which is not, you know, the best news in the world. However, he's doing really well with the medication, and his blood sugar is trending in the right direction. He's had follow-ups from the diabetic nurse couple of times now, and she's going to ring again on Tuesday, and she's, you know, tweaked his reading, tweaked his medicine, and he said he feels great, so that's good. And he's like, hey, sucks to have diabetes, but they can treat it. The medicine seems to be working. He's following the rules, although I did make some hot cross buns. Israeli chef in Auckland published a recipe on Radio New Zealand a few years ago. This year was the third year I've made them, and it was the best year yet, but they're massive. And Dad did have one, and let's just say we saw that in his readings, but that's okay. Actually, I'll insert a picture of the hot cross buns here. They're really massive. They're like hot cross cakes, really. It's about the only Eastery thing I do is I try and get these hot cross buns right. When I make them again, and I'm going to make a note on the recipe to make them smaller, because the recipe is for 12, but they're just too big. So I figure I could probably make 18 or 24 even, and just make sort of normal size hot cross buns. That would be much better. Anyway, that's that. What have we been doing? Oh, I've had quite a bit of work done on my outside, so my patio's gone down, and then I've had the lads back with a digger clearing the site to get ready for topsoil and grass. That's still a bit of a drama, but anyway, I've got a quick little video here of the boys clearing the lad on the digger, getting rid of my weeds and builders, detritus, and basically taking the site down to 100 millimeters below grass level. So yeah, here's that video. fridge arrived on one day last week. I don't know when that did, maybe Thursday. Yeah, Thursday I think it was. So my new fridge arrived, and it's now in the kitchen, which you would have seen if I'd done my filming from my normal spot, but I'm not. So yeah, here is the quick shot of my fridge in place. I love it. I listed my old fridge for free on Trade Me, just basically saying, hey, free to a good home. It's probably, you know, it'd be okay in the second, as a second fridge in the garage, a beer fridge, or if you wanted to cough up for a bit of a, get some seals done or get it maintained, you know, it might be okay. Anyway, it was free, and somebody, I actually had 3 people interested in it, and one person basically said, look, I can pick it up in 5 minutes. I know someone whose fridge is broken down, she's got kids and no money, so I was like, come get it. So that went within half a day of my fridge coming, so that was really cool. So I got rid of that. Very happy there. And yeah, oh, I forgot to say when Dad went into hospital on the Tuesday and I drove up on the Wednesday, because we were supposed to be going, we had planned to go to Bill Bailey, the comedian, in Maunganui or Tauranga on the Thursday. Well, they wouldn't let Dad out of hospital initially until he was below, his blood sugar was below 12, and it just seemed to take quite a long time to get that down. Anyway, on the Thursday afternoon, they came and said that they'd had a bit of a conflab, and they decided that if he could get below 16, they would let him go home. At 5 minutes to 5, he did his blood sugar ready, and it was 15.8. So he had his car there because he'd driven himself to the hospital. Apparently he shouldn't have, and he raced back to Kawerau. He got home at 5:45. He went and had a shower. I made poached eggs on toast, which we then finished in about 6:15. We got in the car and we headed over. We got to Maunganui at about 7:30, and the show started at 8. And it was great. We had such a good time. It was just like, he got out of hospital at 5 o'clock and we were at the show at 8 o'clock. It's crazy. And then I had to drive home. We got home at midnight. So it was a bit of a exciting time, but yeah, we had a good time, so it's kind of cool. And here's a little picture of me and Dad at the Bay Park, Trustpower Bay Park Arena, waiting to see Bill Bailey. Okay, it's been like 8 minutes of me talking and no stitching, so I do have a little bit to show you. Got a little bit of haul and a couple of things I've stitched on. I just haven't had much time to do stitching over the last couple of weeks, but I did a little bit. So last time we chatted, which was video number 68, a couple of weeks ago, I had done a little bit more on Joan Elliot, Oriental Lady Grace. This is just a photocopy from her book. And I'm stitching this on 32 count Taupo linen from Country Stitch and using a call for DMC. So last time, so here's where I'm at with that. It is coming along beautifully. I did more of the red and through here, so yeah, and maybe the black, I can't remember. But yeah, it's coming along, and the colours are very luscious, so very happy with that. So I got a little bit of that done, and that was a couple of weeks ago. And then at Dad's I did a little bit. I basically took my long dog samplers, R-Kade with me, and I did a tiny bit. I think one night I sat down and did about an hour of stitching. And then the last couple of nights I've managed, while we've been here, I've managed to get a little bit of stitching done. Sorry I haven't ironed it. So I've almost finished. Oh, there you go. I've got to the end. And I've almost finished. So where you saw it last time was here. So I've done, I mean, I guess I've done a bit, but I mean, that's all for a week, which is not a lot for me. So the Z was there. So basically this tree here is new. And I've just been working on this tonight. Stood up here and started on the back stitching here. And I got a little bit in here, and then we were watching a show and Dad decided he'd go to bed. So I thought, you know what, I'll make my bed and I will, so wash the sheets today. And I will pick this up. So it's coming along. So I'm definitely well over halfway now. So that's where I'm at with that. That's all the stitching that I've done in 2 weeks. That's very unlike me, but when you're visiting people and with family and stuff, it's just too hard sometimes. Okay, a little bit of haul. So last week before I went up to Kawerau, my what month are we? I really shouldn't stop. When I start saying country, I shouldn't stop after the first syllable, should I? We're in April, so this must be March. My March country stitch. Rainbow Club arrived, and I'm doing 32 count Belfast at the moment. So it's in the colour Frosted Lilac. It's very soft. I'll open it up to the middle. It's probably not the best light. First of all, I've got this greeny blue wall, which is Resine Emerge, if anyone cares. So yeah, you're not going to see that. And of course the LEDs make things look a little bit cooler, even though they're warm. It's just a really, really, really pale lilac. That's what it is. If I hold it up against whites, you might see a little bit of colour there. Not really, but there is colour. It's definitely more visible in person. A couple of other things, so been a bit, oh okay, I think I told you guys about these, that I'd ordered a couple of charts from Isabelle Hacourt-Vautier from her site, and they arrived. This one, some of you may have seen on Jan Hicks Create. She's stitching this one, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. So it's through her site that she had mentioned she didn't quite know where to find it, and I did a good old deep dive into the Google, and I found her site. I think Jan said she'd picked it up from another shop. Anyway, so Isabel has many charts. She also does some fabric. She paints or dyes some fabric for some of her. She does, so she's got a whole lot of kind of monochrome samplers and more traditional sort of samplers. And she also has she does birds, so gulls and like lighthouses, sort of beachy sort of seaside scenes, and she paints really amazing fabric in greens and blues and stuff. So have a wee look. If I remember, I'll put a link to her website in the doobly-doo. But anyway, so I got Sur la route des Indes, so on the road to India, which has in French and I believe in Hindi a quote that's from Gandhi, something like one step at a time is enough, or something like, sort of, that's loosely translated. Just, I also got this very long sampler. It's called Under the Red Blues, which is a strange title, but that's what it's called. Just a long band sampler. it has, says bienvenue, welcome here, and then it has something in French, which I can't read it. I kind of know a little bit of French, really a little bit. I can usually work stuff out and use the old translate. I just actually can't read this, so I need to open the chart and see what it actually says. When I do stitch this, I will stitch it in French because, yeah, no, just it's too. Also, probably if I put my reading glasses on, it would be fine, but I don't have them here. And then I also picked up this, so I don't think I'll do this one in red. I might do that one in red. And then I also picked up this one, which is called Forest Dream, and it's just cool. It's just something really different, and I definitely won't do this in red. I think this is a nice opportunity to do something quite sort of interesting, but of course you gotta be a bit careful because her skin is negative space, and if you were to pick something too wacky, then, you know, she'll end up with blue skin and blotches or whatever. But I guess I could always stitch the skin, but that would be weird, not getting the shading right. I don't know what I'll do, but I just thought it was kind of different. So yeah, those are the three that I picked up. They didn't take very long to get here actually. I don't have them printed, but I did buy a couple of charts from the Stitch and Sarah the Stitch and Mommy on Etsy. She had a sale recently because she got to a certain number of subscribers, which I can't remember how many that was, but she, like, it might have been 9,000, and so she put an 18% discount on her charts on her Etsy store, so I picked up a couple. She's been doing some collaborations with a niece, and she's got a couple of really cute little charts with a bird and a ladybug, and they're going to be a bit of a series, and they're just adorable. So the ladybird, they've got names like, I don't know, Clarence and Lucy. Oh, Lucy is the ladybug, and the bird has this, no, I can't remember, like Henry or something like that. But I should get them printed this week. I mean, I'm going to print them at work. And I will show them next week, maybe next Sunday. They are just cute. I don't know what I'll do with them. They're the sort of thing I don't know. I think they're cute. Stitch and make into something. Yeah, they're just adorable. I think, did I say Lucy is stitched over one? So give her a little bit of delicacy, and the bird is, and the surrounds are stitched over two, which I think is quite cute. So I did buy those two, just, you know, it's on sale. And I made use of, a few people have picked this up recently, and I just have been wanting to stitch it for ages, and I want to do my own conversion, but I finally picked up Lila's Studio Nevermore, which is awesome, and I'm going to do a conversion, and I imagine that, yeah, I just love it. And if you go to Lila's Studio website, on the left hand side she has a discount code on for her Etsy store, so 15% off, I think, and I can't remember what the code is, but if you go to her website, get the code, and then when you go to her Etsy store, now I meant to buy this a while ago, but the code didn't work for the, I was like, oh, maybe it's not on PDFs, and then I was like, oh, I don't want to know, but anyway, then I just didn't buy it, and then I just felt like trying again, and it worked. So there may just have been a glitch at the time with the code not working, so that's what I did. So I have got plenty to stitch, and looks like I'm going through a bit of an acquisition phase in my life. But anyway, that's pretty much all of my stitching. I have the giveaway, so I said I would give this away so this on video number 67 I announced the giveaway, a pasta stash. I finished Emily's house, and you needed to comment using the word house. I did a random comment picker thingy, and screenshot is going to come up. And Judy Harnett, gosh, I'm doing this from memory, from 20 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago, I think that's how your name is spelled. But anyway, congratulations. I'll comment on your comment and get in touch with me with my email address, which is in the doobly-doo, and I will, with your address, and I will get that in the mail to you in the next week or so. So congratulations, I'm really pleased it's going to a good home. And I think your comment was something like you'd love to visit Emily's house, which, yeah, it's a bit spooky though. But I think the mustard makes it less spooky. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. I've got a few things to insert, get it uploaded, and then hit the hay. That's it. Thank you to the people, several of you who reached out and asked me where I was on Sunday. It's just, yeah, and I don't have 1,000 subscribers, so I can't do a community post to say here I am. I did put a post on the New Zealand Stitches Facebook group to say, hey, I'm just not getting a video up this week, I'm too busy. But yeah, so thank you. It's nice to be missed. And even though it's going up late today and I'm tired and I'm trying not to be too noisy, hopefully the audio's okay. I'll get this up, and yeah, it's good to get, yeah, next week I'll better get back into a routine, I think. I thank you for your support and for caring. I hope you find joy in your stitching. I hope you get a COVID vaccine soon if you want one. I want one. I want my sister to get one. I want to be able to travel to Australia and see my sister without having to be in quarantine and to have the risks reduced. So until next week, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.